Hello everybody, Frugal Tesla Guy here, and today we are going to talk about a key fob, quite possibly, for the Tesla Model 3. So it's finally here, at least it looks like it's going to be here soon, the Tesla Model 3 key fob. There have been a lot of people complaining about their phones not working properly, and there are, of course, as you know, two different ways in which you can get into your Model 3 and drive off. Number one, and I think the most popular and the one I like the best, is just being able to walk up to it, open the door, it unlocks automatically, and the car starts automatically as well. And you can go in reverse or forward, whichever it is you need to do. And of course, the second way is using this. It's that key, that, of course, infamous key or the card that Tesla gives you upon picking up the car. Now, you get two of them, and you get them activated upon the delivery of your vehicle. And of course, you're ready to go. Of course, it can be a bit of a pain. Many people talk about is the fact that, number one, you've got to put it on the sensor outside the door. And then once you get in the car, you've got to put it under the center console, and then the car will go. So again, that's more of a pain. And of course, the third option that I think many people would like to see is the key fob. Now, I have my own opinions about the key fob and whether or not I would like to have one or not. And to be quite honest, I like the idea of not having to carry one around. I am one of those people who tends to lose things very quickly and easily, and including my keys. And I think there are a lot of other people out there like that as well. In fact, I've got one of those devices on my key ring for my truck that has, connected to my phone, that if I lost my keys, it will then activate some kind of ringer on that device, and then I can find my keys. So I don't want to have to go searching around for my key fob. I like just having it connected to my phone. Now again, that all being said, there have been many reports of that hit or miss performance with the iPhone and the Android devices, and more so with the Android devices from what I understand. I have an iPhone, and I have had a few times in the time that I've had this car that it's been a miss. But for the most part, it's been more hits than misses. And when it doesn't work properly, what I will do first off is try just opening the app, and then that will typically resolve the issue. And if that doesn't work, then yes, I've got to pull off the card and do what I was just talking about. So the question is, when will Tesla bring out this device, this key fob, the Model 3 key fob? And the other question on top of that is, once it's released, will everyone just get one, or will you have to pay for it as an added device? And then, of course, the other question on top of that will be, how much will it cost? And I have absolutely no idea. I can't imagine it would be more than $100, but, sometimes you get surprised. For me personally, if it's more than $35, maybe upwards of $50, I don't think I'm going to bother. But if it's within that range, $50 or less, I may consider it. And then the other question is, you get just one when you buy it, or do you have to buy two? So if I buy two, is that going to cost me $100? There's still a lot of unanswered questions. This was just released, I believe it was yesterday. A lot of news outlets indicating, and of course, kind of reporting that there are some released photos. And of course, I'll be kind of posting some of those. You may see that throughout the video of the key fob itself. So that's kind of that in a nutshell. My question is for you out there who may be watching. Do you want a key fob? Is that something you've wanted? And I'd be curious to know how much you'd even really want to pay for one. Because again, I think that's going to really be the deciding factor for a lot of people, is whether or not they want to shell out the cash for something like that. Again, for me personally, I'm okay with just using my phone. In fact, that was a big attraction for me, and I'm really enjoying having just to carry my phone around. And as I said, there have been a few occasions where I've had to use this key, or should I say this card, whatever you want to call it. But I have enjoyed not having a key fob, not having a key fob to lose. So I just think this is going to be one more thing to add to the equation. I mean, you're going to have 3 different ways to get into your car. You're going to have your phone, you're going to have the key, you're going to have this card, you're going to have the key fob. Now, one thing I will say about the key fob that I think is going to be a good thing and could be a good thing, and that is easy ways to open up the frunk and the trunk, and not to mention lock and unlock your doors for that added sense of security. You know, as it stands right now, if you want to open up the frunk or the trunk from, you know, outside of the vehicle, you have to open up the app and then, of course, go in there. And not only that, it's kind of frustrating for me, but it's probably for security reasons. When you say you want to open up the frunk, then it says, do you really want to open up the frunk? And then you've got to push it again, yes. So you've got to really push it twice, push 2 buttons on your phone twice to open up the frunk or the trunk. And then, of course, if you want to unlock the car, same thing, you've got to open up the app. So I think that will be a good thing. I think many people will enjoy is the fact that you can just have it in your pocket and very quickly open up the frunk or the trunk, or even lock and unlock your doors. So that, to me, is the only advantage that I think the key fob will have, on top of the fact that it will most likely, I mean, there's no guarantees that it's going to work flawlessly as well. I mean, I've had keys for, I remember the Nissan Leaf, that there were times when it didn't work properly and I had to use the physical key to get it started. So there's no perfect technology out there. So that's the question I'd like to ask everybody. Number 1, if you have a Model 3 or have one on the way, do you want a key fob? And number 2, would you pay extra for that key fob? Would you buy 1? Would you buy 2? And how much would you pay for that 1? Or how much would you pay for 2? That's going to be, it's going to be interesting, to the developments of this, to see how far this goes, to see what they will charge for these key fobs, and if they will indeed maybe give us one. I doubt it. I seriously doubt that Tesla's going to go out of their way and give everybody who has a Model 3 a free key fob or 2. So that's it for now. If you haven't done so and you've enjoyed I really haven't made a whole lot of videos. I've just thrown myself in the ring here in this YouTube channel thing. But if you haven't done so already, please, and have enjoyed the information I've given you and would like to see some future videos, be sure to not only like, but also subscribe to the page. I want to see if I can get some more subscribers to my YouTube channel here. And again, if you have any questions or comments, I would love to read them. Until then, stay safe.